Number one, I didn't even know it was trending because I left my phone in the car. So I didn't even have my phone at the game when it was going on. So after the game, I got in the car and I'm looking at my phone and I got like, I don't know, 40, 50 text messages that are showing that showing that video. The crazy thing about it was, you go to a Nuggets game and we're sitting right behind the Heat's bench and all their fans are there. And, of course, and they're excited. And like every time there's a play made, there's a lady next to me and I think her daughter and another gentleman next to my wife. Every play that the Heat made, they would get up and high five. And after a while, I was like, come on, man. And I had no clue that I was even being, recorded and, when that was going on. But it was fun, man. They had a good time. They won the game. But yeah, it was interesting being at a Nuggets game, sitting with a bunch of Heat fans. That was interesting.
You'd think you would get hooked up with these great seats and you're sitting behind the Heat bench with all these Heat fans.
I know. I didn't realize until we got there. I thought it was all right. We go to the game, didn't even check really kind of where the seats were. And we got there and we're sitting literally right behind. We can sit there and I can hear Eric Spoelstra, everything he's saying to the bench. You hear the players coming off the court. You can hear everything they're saying. So, I mean, obviously good seats. But I would have liked to have those seats behind the Nuggets bench versus the Heat's bench.
I saw you say Nuggets in 5. You still feel that way? They're going to turn this around. They're playing very well.
I do. Yeah, I do. And I think that was a good loss. And people say, "What a good loss!" And when you're an athlete and you kind of think the way athletes think, I went going to the game thinking that, hey, man, like the Nuggets fans, everybody was really excited about this game. Everybody kept saying sweep, and I'm like, you got to be careful, man. Like if you're an athlete, the one thing you don't want is to have everybody tell you how great you are. It's sometimes it's dangerous because if you start feeding into that and believing you're really good, then you tend to kind of take your opponents lightly. And in game 1, Nuggets got up by a large lead. He came back and made an interesting game. But people felt like, well, the Nuggets kind of let their foot off the gas a little bit. But the game 2, they're gonna just come out the gate smoking, and they didn't. They came out struggling. But give the Heat's credit, man. Give the Heat credit. They're really, really well coached team, obviously, and they have that it factor where they don't quit. So when you have that, and you're gonna keep playing super hard and allow that energy to just feed into your team, they're a dangerous team. But I think the Nuggets needed this loss, kind of recalibrate. You heard Michael Malone saying they came out there, they didn't have the energy. They didn't show the effort. So hopefully game 3 on the road, they'll be able to go into Miami and get game 3, get game 4, and we'll see them back at the game 5 for the final game, man.
Are you going to be back? Are you going to be back later in the series?
Different seat though.
Different seat.
Yeah.
When you look at this team and you look at the Joker and what he's doing, if this team goes on and wins a championship in Denver, you know what it's like to do that twice.
Yeah.
What does it say about this guy? Is this guy up in the Peyton Manning, TD, John Elway, realm already in Denver?
That's the talk around Denver, is that Jokic is he's up there already, and this would only cement his place in the greatest athletes to come out of Denver. So I think that's what he's dealing with. And of course, anytime you're part of the first of anything, it holds a special place here, right? Everybody, when I'm traveling around town, they always go back to Super Bowl 32. And it's always where they were, what they were doing, how they felt about that game. And so when you bring a city its only championship, man, you're going to be held to a really, really, really high place there. And I think Jokic is on its way. And, even before this, let's say he wins one, even before, he's already been that, I believe, here, because people recognize how great he is. A lot of the world don't, because they don't watch him a lot. But we see him a lot, and we know where he's at compared to some of the current players. But yeah, I think this is big. Again, for me, okay, good loss. You lost by 3. Could have tied the game late with Murray's shot, but give it to the Heat. They came out there, outplayed the Nuggets. But looking forward to game 3.